To everything, there exists a designated period, a moment for commencement and an instance for culmination. For some individuals, it's their grandmother or grandfather, while for others, it's their mother or father. In certain cases, it might be a sibling, a companion, or a romantic partner. Irrespective of the specifics and timing, one certainty prevails. We have all encountered the sorrow of loss. We often talk so much about the beginning of life. We commemorate the revelation of a baby's gender with gatherings, and then we celebrate anew by showering them with gifts. Subsequently, we continue to mark each passing year of their life on this planet with joyous occasions, every 12 months. We often exchange stories about the day we came into the world, even though these are narratives we cannot recollect firsthand and have pieced together from various accounts. While birth is a frequent topic of discussion, death is typically approached with reluctance. More often than not, our first candid conversation about it arises only after it has claimed someone dear to us. However, it doesn't need to be this way. The undeniable truth is that we will all face death eventually, so it's worth discussing it while we have the chance. As everyone is aware, death signifies the conclusion of, well, everything for an individual. It marks the moment when all the body's essential functions cease permanently. The heart ceases to beat, breathing ceases, and all brain activity fades away. Their heart is faltering, and the body is undergoing noticeable shifts in circulation. The once strong heartbeat is diminishing, and their skin no longer exudes the warm radiance of summer, but instead takes on the pale, cool hues of winter, most conspicuously on their knees, hands, and legs. Their breathing becomes erratic, oscillating between slow and rapid, faint and loud. Just when it appears as if they might have reached the end, they suddenly gasp and draw in another breath. They haven't reached the final stage yet, but they are drawing near. In a matter of hours, there will be another extended pause, but this time, there won't be a gasp to break the silence. As many individuals approach the threshold of life's transition, they often express a profound sense of readiness. During this time, there's a prevailing sense of comfort, completion, and peace. People frequently possess a heightened awareness of what lies ahead and may even hold on for a significant event or interaction before relinquishing their earthly ties. Perhaps they await the arrival of their mother to convey deep appreciation for the care and support provided during their childhood. Or they may seek to mend fences by reaching out to a friend, offering forgiveness for past transgressions. Some may yearn to hold their children in their arms once more or share a tender final moment with their life partner. When death comes knocking, we often already know who's at the door. We prepare ourselves and ready our houses before stepping out the door, locking it behind us and discarding the key. As we step out that door, a gradual haze envelops us, and we slip into a final unconscious state, gently drawing the curtains on the life we once knew. We die. Up to this juncture, everything remains within our realm of knowledge and comprehension. However, the events that unfold beyond this point remain an enigmatic, impenetrable mystery to us. What makes death truly perplexing is that we often label it as irreversible, a state where the deceased will forever remain deceased. Yet, astonishingly, there are countless individuals who have been medically pronounced dead, only to return to life, bearing with them a treasure trove of remarkable narratives. We commonly refer to these phenomena as near-death experiences. The rationale behind this term is that if it were genuine death, those individuals wouldn't have the opportunity to recount their tales of the beyond. But whether this belief holds true or not may forever elude our understanding. There's a wealth of information out there with regards to near-death experiences. People who have been medically described as dead for hours and some days come back to life with stories of out-of-body experiences, memories of their time in the afterlife, down to some incredible specifics about this side of life that they couldn't have made up. One thing many people who have near-death experiences agree upon is the fact that the phrase "life flashes before your eyes" is very true. Just before the heart flatlines, we're often presented a view of our entire life. However, it's not like we think it is. It's not the big moments in life that flash before our eyes. It's not the wedding, the graduation, the first time you heard the cry of your child. It's just random stuff. It's riding your bike as a kid, sitting at your desk and randomly checking your mail, staring at a white cat while climbing a flight of stairs. It's the things we don't give any thought to, the moments we usually don't remember in life, that are brought before us in the face of death. If you thought staring at a white cat while climbing a flight of stairs was oddly specific, well, it's because it is. A young man who went through a near-death experience saw this moment as one of life's flashes. However, he could not remember ever being on that staircase or seeing a white cat. So after he was resuscitated, he was able to draw the layout of the staircase, the apartment it led to, and describe the cat to his mother. And she told him that they had once lived in that exact building with the same staircase and apartment layout. And they had lived there with someone who owned a white cat. Not such a crazy story, until you realize that he and his mother moved out of that apartment when he was just 14 months old. These questions indeed prompt profound contemplation. Do all our memories, even the long-forgotten ones, persist somewhere within us? Does death offer a glimpse into everything we believed we had lost during our earthly existence? Is what appears to be gone merely temporarily obscured? One of the reasons why death can evoke fear in many is its perceived solitude. We enter this world as solitary beings, but do we depart in similar isolation? Numerous individuals who have undergone near-death experiences have shared accounts of encountering deceased relatives during their passage. These relatives either serve as guides, escorting them into the afterlife, or offer reassurance that it's not their time yet. In this light, death may not be as solitary as we might assume. The nature of these encounters with deceased relatives during near-death experiences remains a topic of profound speculation. It's challenging to definitively ascertain whether these encounters stem from imagination, a psychological mechanism for comfort, or a genuine interaction with the spirit or soul of departed loved ones. However, what appears evident is that for many individuals, death is not a solitary or isolating experience. It often carries a sense of connection and reassurance. As for the concept of the soul, it remains an elusive and unexplained aspect in the realm of science. With the growing number of accounts describing out-of-body experiences associated with near-death encounters, it raises the question of whether science needs to reconsider its ability to explain such phenomena. The mysteries of consciousness and the existence of something beyond our physical bodies continue to challenge the boundaries of scientific understanding. The way we have laid our deceased to rest throughout history has provided invaluable insights into our past. From tombs to mummies, the departed have often left behind a richer record than the living. One of the earliest known instances of intentional burial can be traced back to approximately 10,000 years ago in Kafze, Israel. At this ancient site, the deceased were meticulously placed in coffins alongside various items like clothing, ornaments, and provisions. These coffins were then thoughtfully arranged within a cave, marking an early demonstration of human ritual and reverence for the dead. It indicates that even 10,000 years ago, humanity comprehended the significance of death and felt the need to commemorate a life well lived. Throughout history and across various cultures, funeral practices have indeed taken on diverse forms. In most cases, people come together to remember and celebrate the life of the deceased. They share stories of the person's accomplishments and the positive impact they had on others. Many religious traditions involve prayers or rituals to offer blessings or seek a favorable outcome for the departed in the afterlife. But what that afterlife is different for different people. Abrahamic faiths maintain the belief that one's earthly actions play a pivotal role in shaping their eternal destiny. These religions encourage families to demonstrate strength and resilience in the face of death, as it is believed that in the afterlife, loved ones will ultimately be reunited. In contrast, certain other belief systems, such as Hinduism, embrace the notion of reincarnation, where the departed find new life after death. Following the completion of funeral ceremonies and the offering of prayers, the deceased are laid to rest through burial or cremation. Subsequently, the grieving individuals who have gathered come together to gradually mend the emotional wounds caused by the loss of a loved one. Even when we anticipate it, death remains an intensely agonizing experience. The concept of losing someone differs significantly from the actual experience of bidding farewell and mourning the bond that once existed. Despite our full awareness that such events are an inevitable part of the human journey, when we confront the harsh reality, the emotional pain of grief can be overwhelmingly intense. The most frightening aspect of death lies in its irreversibility. It's the moment when we awaken one day and come to the stark realization that everything we once cherished, shared, and lived through has vanished forever. The knowledge that all that remains of those moments are memories, old memories that cannot be recreated and new ones that can never be forged. More often than not, however, these encounters give us a new perspective on life. They serve as a stark reminder of the transience of life, making us determined to fully experience all that the earth has to offer during our time on it. Such experiences also emphasize the importance of living a virtuous life while we are still alive, as we will not be able to defend our actions during the eulogies delivered in an open casket. And in the end, we can better help people going through the same thing, because people are better comforted by those who have gone through similar experiences. Seeing someone like you experience loss gives you hope that maybe you too can make it through. When you find yourself by the bedside of a loved one nearing the end of their journey, it's essential to recognize that death typically isn't as distressing and agonizing for the person facing it as it is for those witnessing it. For the next couple of hours, be present with them. Gently hold their hands in yours and engage in heartfelt conversations. Share stories about the beauty of life, reminiscing about the moments you've shared, their children and cherished pets, their significant others, and their dear friends. Reflect on a life that was worth living right up to its final moments. Delve into the idea of a life well lived and the concept of death itself. While the earth continues to turn and the birds continue to sing their melodies, it's important to remember that everything, eventually, everything has an end.